What's up, Simply Fab fam? Welcome back to our podcast.
Wow, that was our first try.
That was tight.
Right on point.
You see, that was.
We're like on our third episode. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Podcast episode.
Yeah.
Feels weird saying this, and feels. It's a new year. Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to everybody out there. All the BS that was in 2023, leave it behind you.
Yes.
Got to focus on the future,
Oh, yeah.
and focus on being present on the now,
New journey, new beginnings, fresh start for everyone.
Yeah.
We don't really have like New Year's resolution. We kind of just have our overall goals, long-term goals.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess I would say, long-term goals, like 5 years.
Yeah. No, I look at it.
5 years.
Yeah, but I look at it like, I don't. Some people, they wait until like, the New Year start or something. Like, no, if I want to change something, I'll change it anytime throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, that you got to change once you see something that you need to change, you can't wait and say, oh, I'm going to do this next week. I'm going to do this next month. I'm going to do this next year. It's like, you'll never do it. It would never happen because you're not actually, putting a stamp and putting your foot down on having discipline. When you see something wrong, you need to change it,
Yeah.
And we all fight with that. I'm human. It happens to me too. It happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I'll start with me. I'll pick like, I guess, 3 things that I want to be doing new.
Yeah.
I want to focus on, obviously my overall health, which I love doing anyways. But then I want to also like be a little more like minimalistic. Yeah. Which is weird, right? Because I'm kind of minimalistic, right?
I mean, yeah, in a way. I mean, I guess we all accumulate things very quickly. So if you ain't really like paying attention as to what's going on, you can just look up and you have a ton of stuff,
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I want to work on being minimalistic.
Yeah, what type of minimalistic? You want to go as crazy as that lady that we seen? What was that lady? Remember? She had like that little bottle of waste she had.
I don't think.
No. Tell them a little about that. I'm gonna put it in the video.
I don't know if you guys have heard this, but it's called Zero Waste Lifestyle. We've heard like a speech. She had a little mason jar, and she said that was her trash for 3 years. Which is very like
mind blowing. That is mind boggling.
Very drastic.
I'm gonna put it right here and y'all be able to see it. I mean, it's something that you can't even believe. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually real. I believe her. Because it seemed like it's all about you being conscious and aware of what you want. If you don't want waste or if you want to lose weight. That's why I said when it comes to the discipline, it has to be very strong. It has to be something that you really want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I do like about the minimalistic, not zero waste, because that, is very hard.
It's very hard.
Still, you can still attempt, but
you can attempt, but here in America, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe next year. For this year, I think the whole idea of, I guess, clean, cleaner, like toxic free, like products and everything we use as women is a lot, So I think that aspect of it is what I'm most focused on.
Yeah.
I heard it's like around 3,000 chemicals. Once a woman wakes up, showers, gets ready for work, steps out the door, she's already covered in 3,000 chemicals.
That's insane.
So obviously, like by now, I don't know, most people know all of that leads to breast cancer, which is something else, huge. And I've been recently, I picked up the book, How Not to Die, by Dr. Greger, I think. And it's all about like the approach of, plant-based diet and healing, preventative measures and healing through food. So chapter 11, I'm just now diving into like chapter 11 and, it's how to prevent breast cancer, which obviously like is super important for me. Like,
definitely. No, I think, and it's crazy, that we are actually even talking about this, because I don't think too many people talk about this. I had a guy, he told me like he works at a store and he said like a very wealthy man came into his store, and he said he could see, that, he had a luxury car, and doing good. I don't know what wealth, wealth is different for everybody, but he's basically saying this dude was doing good. And what the wealthy man told him was like, with all this money and everything, if you don't have health, it doesn't even matter. He says pretty much you work so hard making money, make it to the top, but then you wasn't focused on your health. So now when your health start declining, all the money you make, it goes right back into you know what I'm saying? Now you got to take care of yourself. So
exactly.
The biggest thing what people don't understand is health is wealth. For all these people, all those out there, what I mean, that's living with stress, living with anxiety, eating all the, the wrong foods, what I'm saying? Basically, it's addictive, What people don't know is food can be addictive just as drugs, and anything can be addictive, what I'm saying? If you, whatever, it could be anything. That's what people don't understand. You can become addicted to anything, what I'm saying? So I think, people just need to focus more on their health, and she taught me a lot, what I'm saying? And, I used to have high blood pressure, and I've changed my eating habits up a little bit, and, my blood pressure, I've been feeling better. I still have, episodes sometimes of me not feeling good because I ate too much salt. But other than that, what I'm saying? Like, my health is definitely improved, just because of my diet that I switched up.
Exactly. So, yeah, just, being a little bit more, I guess, simple, cleaner about our diet and products we use and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what I would say, I guess, about being minimalist, is like one of the things that like stands out. Like, actually, I remember I think maybe like a week ago, I was at Target and there was like all of these teens, Jewish girls, and they were on this app and they were checking like these shampoos. I was in the shampoo aisle and, the beauty aisle, and they were checking on this app, and they told me what it was. It was yucca. And they were like, we're checking and everything is so bad. You can't use anything. And I'm like, I know, and I told them, I'm like, since you guys are younger, you can make your own, you have more time than the adults. You can make your own. So that's kind of like what the approach was of, the girl who was doing zero waste is making everything at home from scratch, so your toothpaste, your moisturizer, your deodorant, everything. And like, that's one of the things that they were like, what? Because I was like, there's so many uses for baking soda. That's what I was telling them. I felt like such a older sister. Like, I'm like, baking soda can be used for so many things, laundry, shampoo. And they were like, what about moisturizer? How do we moisturize our body? I'm like, shea butter. I was just telling them like the real.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
was basically telling them like the very natural ingredient, which is usually one or two things. But then when you look at toxic products, it's filled with a bunch of words you can't pronounce.
And that's the crazy thing. We don't even, most people don't even look at nutrition facts. And then when we do, we see stuff that we can't even pronounce. We obviously don't know what this is.
Exactly.
But yet we still are going to put it into our bodies.
So you don't blame people, right? We can't blame people for not looking, because if you look, it's pointless. You can't even understand anyway.
Yeah, you don't even know. Like, come on, I think about it, and then me and her, we try to go more like of the natural. Like you said, some of this stuff, it only has one or two ingredients, and it's like, whoa, compared to a long list of what, like, what most of the stuff is, and then, we used to love sushi. So we used to get sushi, and now we looked and sushi had a long list of, and then actually had alcohol in it. I was like, what?
I know.
There's alcohol in this?
Shady stuff.
There's some crazy stuff. Yeah, but they'll tell you right in your face, so pretty much it's free will. We live in a capitalist society to where it's like, hey, obviously we don't care about your health, what I'm saying? Obviously they already told us that, so you have to focus on your own self and being prepared. Why do you think more natural and organic and healthy stuff costs more? Think about it, what I'm saying? So
and another thing, one of the things too about like preventing disease is staying away from alcohol, which is, it's interesting because it doesn't really apply when it comes to, I would say, high quality like red wine. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird like when you get into this, but basically that is one of the things. And I actually talked to like a couple of my friends. They don't drink for religious reasons, but like my approach was kind of different. Like when we were talking about it, which is, preventative reasons. Like I want to, be able to like prevent cancer by not consuming as much alcohol. But instead, every once in a while, it's good to consume red wine, specifically actually Italian red wine. It's because of the way they make it. And I actually had a 92-year-old lady tell me this. She was like, Italian red wine is really good for the heart. And I'm like, I'm listening to anything you say. You made it to 92.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I found out, like, what's the reason? Why is that? You would think that like alcohol altogether is bad, but no, actually a little bit of alcohol, which, you know, is poison, is good for the body because it helps your body to detoxify.
Yeah.
You know, so just a fun fact out there.
Yeah. So just moral of the story is try to eat better for this year.
Yeah.
You know, we all got to try to do better. Try to, you know.
And we want to inspire, you know, other people. We don't want to like shame in any way.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing. I still, you know, go back and do some stuff that I shouldn't be doing all the time. That's what I'm saying. We're human. All you got to do is cut back a lot until you can get to the point to where you cut it out completely. But, you know, most people can't go cold turkey with things. So, you know, you just got to.
It's hard.
Yeah. You got to just know where you're going and make a commitment. You know, I think that's the biggest thing that stops people or, you know, excels people is actual commitment to something. To where it's like, I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. You know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Like
it has to be.
You have to, because if you don't, you're not going to do it, man. Think about it. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. And how come people are getting ahead more than other people? It's because their grind, their discipline, their hunger to what they want, you know?
And then some people will be like, oh, you're obsessed, you know, but it doesn't matter. I don't care.
No, when you trying to make something happen, you got to be obsessed.
Yeah, you got to
be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can set it on autopilot later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but to try to.
I'm saying when it comes to like all the health stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. You don't want to look too deep, but just try your best. That's all you can do is try your best.
No, but I will admit it is hard to, you know, admit some truth about yourself, but I will admit, I think part of me did freak out a little bit. Like when you, for example, you know, you see those fake food versus real food videos on TikTok, and they show you how rice is plastic, cheese is plastic, or the ice cream has like waxes on it, or like apples have waxes, like just certain like things they use in the food industry that we have no clue about. But the minute you see these things, you're like, oh my God, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
You can't go back.
Yeah, no, for real, you know, and, you know, people go missing for this stuff, you know, that's just how the world goes, you know, when you poking at something or you trying to, you know, it's just what it is, you know, things is just what it is out here in this world. This world is crazy.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Because all the food, most of the food, 90% of the food in the supermarket, it didn't exist 100 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so, and it's crazy because, all the diseases, the leading diseases didn't exist either.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all better be aware. I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all better be aware of what's going on out here.
Say little bits.
Y'all better know what's going on out here. Y'all better not be stupid. That's all I'm saying, you know. And even with that, you know, you still don't know, you know. But like I said, you just gotta try your best. That's all you can do.